Good afternoon. I'm here with 11 seniors from Advanced Broadcasting. It is January 4, 2021. We are all very excited about a new year. I am with 11 students that are looking forward to graduating from West Ottawa High School in just a few months here. My goodness, I think I see some smiles there underneath some masks when I bring that up. We are just back today for the first day after many, many weeks at home doing remote learning, followed by a really nice 2-week holiday break. And so I think it's important that we come together here and document this day. We've obviously been through a really interesting fall semester as a class, so we're going to talk about that a little bit today. I'm going to start with most recently the holiday break, which the holidays were also impacted by COVID. And Kaylee, I'm going to start with you. Were you able to celebrate with your family, with your extended family? How were the holidays impacted for you?
So unfortunately, I was not able to see my grandparents and stuff, but my brother was home from college, and then we just kind of hung out with my parents and brother and played lots of games and stuff. I did go drop off some presents at my grandparents' house, so I got to see them from far away. But yeah, that's pretty much how it went, which was kind of disappointing because usually we're a big family, so we usually always have Christmas stuff together, but this year we couldn't.
Emma, talk to us a little bit about how COVID impacted your holiday.
It impacted my holiday because usually we have a family Christmas with my aunt and my uncle and my cousins, and this year was the first year that we didn't really get to. And my cousins moved up from Florida last year during the middle of the pandemic, so it's nice to have them in the state. And then it was just really weird because we always have a family Thanksgiving and Christmas, and it was just really weird. And it's impacted me because I don't normally get to see my grandparents this less. I always see them a lot. So it really impacted me because I'm always used to seeing them on an almost day-to-day basis, and it was really weird how I don't get to see them as much. And we had to push back our Christmas because my grandma's in the hospital, but I mean, she's better now, so I mean, that's all that matters, I guess.
Yes, we've discussed already today in this class and other classes how tricky things can get with grandparents. Blake, Basma, how were your holidays impacted by COVID?
It's Blake here. My holidays were somewhat impacted because we had to do everything virtually. We didn't meet up with our family or extended family. We just decided to meet up and play games over Zoom and open presents over Zoom and I don't know, talk to everyone not in person and virtually.
Jake, what about you?
We usually do a gift exchange every year with my family. And so we did a Zoom call gift exchange where we all took pictures of our presents. And I guess you just kind of pick which one you want. You could trade, but it was kind of different because we usually get together with 30 people and go to our cottage and stuff. But obviously we couldn't. We ended up going to Florida for Christmas, which is different because we're always home. But
all right, I know that we have some athletes here in the group, and we have already discussed this about how it has been a roller coaster for athletes. Fall sports, winter sports, and spring sports. Fall sports not even really finished yet, started back up. stopped, started back up, stopped. I mean, it has been an emotional roller coaster. Kaylee, would you be willing to give us a quick summary of basketball?
Yes. So at the beginning, we were still in person and in school. So we had like normal tryouts. The girls' basketball team did and stuff. I don't think the boys have yet. And it was going good. We've had a couple practices, and then we had to go home and whatever. So then we were actually in a virtual competition with 12-ish other schools. I don't remember how many. And so it was like our team was competing virtually against other teams in like just little fitness things, like you have to run the mile and whoever, like, you get points and whatever. So we did that for a while, and then we would just do like little workouts. But now basketball is postponed until the 16th of January. And then that is like the first time we can have practices, and then you can start games on the 22nd, I think. So we're opting to get our full season and have 19 games, but you can have a minimum of 14. It's kind of confusing, but yeah, so hopefully soon we'll have practices and get to play.
Yeah, it's definitely complicated and confusing. Leah, your diving team is practicing. I think we can call it practice. Tell us about your situation.
Yeah, so we were supposed to have our state meet like the 22nd of November, and then school was canceled on the 17th, and the meet got pushed back to like December 22nd, 23rd. And then that was canceled again, and now it's scheduled for January 15, and we've been doing practices since December 21st. But it was hard because the coaches weren't really allowed to coach us, so I was alone, and then my teammates were gone on vacation. So it was literally just me doing my own stuff. And it was really hard to find motivation after like thinking everything was canceled and then having it restart and then cancel and then restart again. But just making the best out of the situation.
Yes, I am sure of that. Let's see here. Haley, I know you are getting an antigen test today. Would you explain to us what that means?
Yeah, so a lot of people may confuse antigen with antibody, and that's okay because it is pretty, I mean, they're pretty similar words. So basically, the antigen test that we're getting, we have to get 3 times a week in order to be able to compete in practice with the team. Part of it is for like statistical data, other parts of it are for just kind of making sure everybody's staying healthy. But the antigen test is testing for a protein that your body is making that is fighting off COVID. Use it with an antibody. An antibody means that you've had it and that like you're immune. The antigen is more of like you're producing like a protein that would fight off a virus. And so we'll get that 3 times a week. And if you are positive for that, it's possible, like I said, that like you're fighting off the virus. And if that's the case, you have to have another positive because with the antigen testing, it's fast, rapid testing, and there are a ton of false positives. So if you test positive more than once for that, then you have to go get the real COVID test to ensure that like either you have it or you don't.
Thank you. That is something new I learned today. All right, let's see here. So one other thing that we should talk about is the pivot that's happening today from remote learning to now face-to-face. We are together, although it looks like we're all separate on this screen, we actually are together at West Ottawa High School for the first time in quite some time. And I would dare say that many students are struggling a little bit in the transition. But there are mixed reviews about remote learning. For some people, it worked out really well. And for others, they were like, no, thank you. Aubrey, what is your take, in your opinion, on the remote learning that we've just been through for quite a few weeks?
Personally, I really missed being in school and seeing everyone, but I do love to work like at my own pace and individually. So I didn't mind remote learning, and also like the whole sleeping in thing was kind of nice. But I'm glad to be back and seeing everyone.
Yes, there are definitely advantages and disadvantages to both. Taya, what was your opinion about remote learning?
I liked remote learning a lot, actually. I would sleep in till probably about 11 or 11:30. So it was definitely a weird adjustment to come back, especially after Christmas break as well. So that was about a month and a half of waking up at 11:30. And so this morning I woke up at 5:15 and couldn't fall back asleep. So I am a little bit sleep deprived, but that is okay.
Yes, I think we all are definitely adjusting to that. All right. Well, during remote learning and during our break, most of us had to find things to do that weren't necessarily our normal things. I know a lot of you stayed up late and got some extra sleep in the morning, which is good. But I guess I'm wondering, how did you spend your time? What were some of the fun things that you were able to do, because so much of our life was canceled? Kara, what did you find yourself doing, either to fill time during remote learning when you were at home or during break?
I would say I filled my time with stuff that like I wish I had time to do during like the school week, but I just don't. So like I'd make myself a coffee every morning, which like it's the little things, you know. So I'm glad like I got to enjoy like eat food that I wanted to eat and like make food that I actually enjoy. I went skiing a lot. And I went skiing like 2 times a weekend just because I had time, and I would even go skiing like after class or just like hang out with friends after class. But yeah, it was nice to just be able to kind of do my own thing and not have to worry about like excess homework for sure.
Andrew Key, how did you fill time, or what were some of the highlights of things you were able to do?
Complete honesty, I didn't really do a lot. I feel like anything I did during our break, I do after school. Take a nap, play some games Among Us, talk to some friends like over FaceTime or something. Nothing really changed. At least I just had more time to do nothing as opposed to actual learning.
Yeah, life definitely slowed down, and we have talked before, we experienced that last spring already. Side note, I did learn how to play Among Us over break. I'm not good at it at all, but I do see how you guys would really enjoy that. All right, let's move on here. Owen, now that we're back face to face, what are you looking forward to, or what are you hoping for now that we're here together again at West Ottawa High School?
Looking forward to like indoor track starting and hopefully a normal track season starting, because last spring's got canceled. So I'm just hoping 2 don't get canceled in a row.
What are some of the rest of you looking forward to or hoping for now that we're here together back face to face?
I'm looking forward to hopefully getting back to some of our regular like Senate things that we planned, because we haven't gotten to do much this year. So I'm really hoping that we can do Senior Survivor and maybe get some kind of dance in there. and I don't know, finish some activities we didn't get to do during the beginning of the year.
Anyone else?
I'm looking forward to just being able to close up the school year. I know last year the seniors didn't really have a chance to say goodbye to like some of their teachers, to the school. So I'm hoping we can get to that this year. And like Leah said, Survivor, maybe hopefully a normal graduation this year as well.
Absolutely. All good things to hope for and to keep in mind. You know, we are on day one. It kind of feels a little bit like a first day. I know some people were tired and nervous, and it feels different. And what are maybe some things that you're concerned about or worried about, if anyone would be willing to share? Go ahead, Blake. Blake Bosma, did you have something you wanted to say? Maybe not. Okay. Does anyone have something that they are concerned about or questions they have going forward? Looks like we lost some people. We will wait and see if some of these other folks come back. Oh, it looks like they did now. Oh my.
Hey.
Hello. All right. Do we have everyone back? Just about. Okay. We have, I think our Wi-Fi must have dropped out a little bit there. I think we have everyone back. We were just entering a conversation about maybe some things that we're concerned about or nervous about. Blake or Jake, I'm not sure who's got their hand. One of you guys take the floor here.
Yeah.
Take the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, what I was trying, it's Blake here. What I was trying to say is, I'm kind of nervous that like we're gonna go into college and nothing's gonna be normal, and I don't know, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, this uncertain future, or how long this all is gonna last, and what all is gonna be impacted, and when can we say it's going to be over? You know, we don't know the answers to some of those things, and that's definitely unsettling. Anybody else, something that they are concerned about or causes them to just maybe worry a little bit? One of the things I am nervous about is giving COVID to someone I know or love. And I was able to see my grandparents, one of my grandparents actually, a couple of them over break briefly, and I did so safely. But what makes me nervous is that I maybe would give one of them COVID-19. And so I would say that's probably a fear that I've been dealing with for several months now. And as much as it is really great to be back here at school, some of the risk, some increased risk comes along with that. But I will also say that numbers and exposures at West Ottawa High School have always been very low. So I do feel safe here and taken care of. And I'm not worried about that. I just would hate to like give it to my grandma. I think some of you can relate. We've already discussed about how the holidays were difficult sometimes with grandparents and extended family. All right. Let's see here. Let's shift gears here a little bit and talk about what you are most proud of accomplishing this year, considering all the things that have happened or not happened. What's one thing that you're most proud of? And when I say this year, I mean your first semester of your senior year. What are you most proud of? Andrew Key, I'm going to start with you.
Oh, we were gonna start anyways, Wally. Well, I think I can speak for mostly everyone when I say I'm very proud of getting into college or applying and getting that first acceptance letter. I know that felt really good for a lot of us.
Yeah, I was gonna say pretty much the same thing. I'd say my most proud moment was getting the acceptance letter to the school that I like really wanted to go to, and I was really proud of myself. So.
And also like getting through this pandemic. I mean, this is probably a once in a lifetime thing. So we made it this far, and I'm sure we can make it further.
Yeah, and being optimistic.
Yes. Nice work, guys. I love that. I often say to myself, well, there's certain things and I don't know who I mean by they really, but there's certain things that can't be taken away, and you pursuing, college and applying and all of that, no matter what, that cannot be taken away. We can still do that. Leah and Aubrey, what is something that you are really proud of? Or if you want to talk about something you're really thankful for, you can do that too.
I feel like it's like I'm thankful just for it's not really an opportunity, but just the situation that we're in. And like I feel like we've all learned a lot about like what we can do and like how we can persevere through anything. And it's just giving you, like Andrew said, like a once in a lifetime chance, like opportunity to go through something that no one else really has. I feel like we've all been really
We can do.
I heard it. We can do hard things. Emma even found a coloring sheet. We can do hard things. If you guys get too cranky, I'm going to make you color that we can do hard things paper. Oh man. Yeah. Isn't that the truth? All right. Taya and Haley, what are you thinking about? What are you optimistic about, thankful for, proud of?
I think I can speak for many when I say that I'm very proud of all of us that despite everything thrown at us, we're still finding ways to achieve our goals and do what we want to do. And so I think that's a good lesson in itself. And the fact that we're continuing to do that with everything going on says a lot about each and every one of us.
Well said.
Thank you.
Taya?
I mean, the thing is, at least we're still graduating this year. Whether or not we get a full graduation, we're still not going to have to be here next year. So
Yeah.
I guess that's a good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's certain elements that can't be eliminated, and that's one of them. And you guys definitely deserve credit for traveling through all of these hurdles and adversities and uncertainties. Blake and Jake, what are you guys thinking? Thankful for, appreciate?
Jake here. I'm just thankful that we still have opportunities to like school still providing us with stuff where we can excel. And I mean, obviously online, it's pretty difficult. I'm fortunate that my grades didn't go down the drain, but like the fact that they're setting everything up for us to still succeed and like to get into good schools and stuff helps, I think.
It's Blake here, and I feel like it's really helpful for us involved in the pandemic and learning that we really can do hard things and that some things might happen, but you can always overcome them no matter what's against you.
Yes.
Owen, what are you thankful for, proud of, appreciate through all of this?
I'm grateful that we were able to have our full cross country season, except for like 1 or 2 races. We were able to have all our dual meets and conference finals, and yeah, I'm proud that I was able to get varsity in my first year of it.
Yes, thankful that those fall sports were able to occur, although I know not all of them finished. We were here for a long, long time here in the fall. And I think that as I reflect on some of our conversations earlier in the year, not many of us thought we would have lasted that long. And if you look at the data, at least in Ottawa County, you can see that we were definitely in the midst of a spike in COVID-19 cases, and it has come down tremendously, which is comforting to know and to see. So, Emma, what are you thankful for, proud of?
I think I'm thankful for that. Like early in the year, I had like a like COVID kind of scare, but it like wasn't COVID. I had a cold, and I think I learned from like that. Like I was like really scared and felt like I was like I had COVID, and like just kind of like freaked myself out about it, and like psyched myself up to the point where like I didn't want to go get tested, and I got tested, and when it came back negative, I was like, oh, okay. And like my parents were like, oh, you'll be fine. And I think that when I look back on that, I was like, oh, I like overreacted for no reason. I was like, it was super simple, and it came back negative. And I think that I'm kind of like appreciative of that because I can know that for like future reference, like, oh, I just psyched myself up. There's no need to like get overwhelmed over just a test.
Yeah, I have to kind of echo what you're saying. One of the things I feel like I've learned is to deal with a lot of uncertainty or drama or stress or fear. And it's not that I didn't know how to do that before, but we've had a crash course in how to cope with a lot of those uncertainties and those, negative outcomes and how to cope with fear. And I would dare say that I think all of us are probably better at it, but no one wants to get training in that. But we kind of have received that over the last just less than a year here. Kaylee, what do you have to add about, what can we say about all of this?
Everyone pretty much said everything I would say. I'm just grateful and thankful for every day that we have, that we can go to school or play sports or anything, just all the little stuff. I'm just glad we can even still do, because that's better than nothing. So, yeah.
It definitely has caused us to be more grateful. I spent a lot of time saying, I think before the closure, when we were remote, and I spent a lot of time talking to my family, let's focus on what we can do instead of what we can't. Because you can spend a lot of time focusing on all the things that weren't happening and couldn't happen. And then that reminds me, I don't know that I've ever heard of so many people going skiing and sledding before. But that is something that could not be regulated or shut down. So we are finding things to do and things to have a good time, and to appreciate what we have is just really, really awesome. And I love seeing that in you guys. I have to say, I've seen a level of maturity in each of you developing through this. And as a teacher of seniors, it's always very comforting to say, wow, They're growing up. They are young adults. They are ready for the next phase in life. And I feel that way about you guys. As much as it's tough when a class comes to an end and when you're looking at graduating in the spring, sometimes that's scary and sometimes that's hard. You are ready for next steps. And that's something that you have to appreciate and value. And it's not to say it won't all be easy, because it won't. But you are trained well, my friends. You are trained well for whatever's coming at you next fall and whatever it is that you decide. And it has been my privilege to work with you, and I get to work with you here again for a few more weeks. And so hopefully we'll have another episode of our fun little class talk show, because this is a great time. I really appreciate your comments and your insights, and we will leave it at that today. So thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.